The United States has deployed the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson to the disputed waters of the South China Sea as part of maritime routine operations. But in the current scenario, the deployment can be called anything but routine. China has a long history of maritime disputes with its South China Sea neighbors. It claims almost all of the South China Sea, including islands more than 800 miles from the Chinese mainland, despite objections from neighbors such as the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei and Vietnam. Beijing has also created artificial islands in the area, outfitting some of them with military features. According to the US, China has reclaimed more than 3,000 acres in the Spratly Islands since 2014. Though the US takes no position on the territorial dispute in the South China Sea, its warships have conducted routine freedom of navigation operations near the reclaimed islands, eliciting warnings from Beijing. Patrols by USS Carl Vinson is seen by military experts as a way of sending direct message to China and reassuring the US allies. In this video, we will analyze how powerful USS Carl Vinson is, and why China fears it. So, let us get into the details.
Number 5.
USS Carl Vinson is the third United States Navy Nimitz-class supercarrier and is named after Carl Vinson, a congressman from Georgia, in recognition of his contributions to the U.S. Navy. The ship was launched in 1980, and was commissioned on the 13th of March 1982. It has been deployed in Operation Desert Strike, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Southern Watch, and Operation Enduring Freedom. Notably, the body of Osama bin Laden was buried at sea in 2011 from the deck of the Carl Vinson.
Number 4.
USS Carl Vinson, being a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, was designed to be improvements on previous U.S. aircraft carriers, in particular the Enterprise and Forrestal class. All 10 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers including Carl Vinson were constructed between 1968 and 2006 at Newport News Shipbuilding Company, Virginia, in the largest dry dock in the Western Hemisphere. These are some of the largest vessels constructed. USS Carl Vinson has a displacement of 100,000 tons, and overall length of 332.8 meters. To give viewers a perspective, it is about 3 football fields long.
Number 3.
USS Carl Vinson is powered by 2 A4W nuclear reactors, kept in separate compartments. These power 4 propeller shafts and can produce a maximum speed of over 30 knots or 56 kilometers per hour. As a result of the use of nuclear power, the ship is capable of operating continuously for over 20 years without refueling, and is predicted to have a service life of over 50 years. Practically, it has unlimited range and endurance.
Number 2.
The Vinson carries a flight group of more than 60 aircraft, including F-18 jet fighters. These are twin-engine, supersonic, all-weather carrier-capable fourth-generation multi-role fighter aircrafts. They have a payload of 7,700 kilograms, and can carry ground attack weapons as well as air-to-air missiles. The versatility of the aircraft can be gauged from the fact that on the first day of Operation Desert Storm, 2 F-18, each carrying 4 2,000-pound bombs, shot down 2 Iraqi MiGs and then proceeded to deliver their bombs on target. The flotilla of aircrafts has enough firepower to mount a credible offensive against any Chinese misadventure.
Number 1.
Nimitz class possesses multitude of different radars including electronically scanned array 3D radars. It is equipped with 16 to 24 RIM-7 Sea Sparrow or NATO Sea Sparrow missiles. RIM-7 Sea Sparrow is a U.S. ship-borne short-range anti-aircraft and anti-missile weapon system, primarily intended for defense against anti-ship missiles. Its range is 19 kilometers. Close-in weapon duties are performed by Phalanx, and RIM 116 rolling airframe missile. Phalanx CIWS has a 4,500 per minute rate of fire. RIM 116 rolling airframe missiles have speed in excess of 2 Mach. USS Carl Vinson is not alone, but it leads the U.S. Navy Carrier Strike Group 1. It is accompanied by other vessels including an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, the USS Wayne E. Meyer. Arleigh Burke-class is considered to be one of the most potent destroyer in the world. The Carl Vinson Strike Group's arrival in the South China Sea brings the United States carrier presence in the Asia-Pacific up to 2 groups. The USS Ronald Reagan is permanently forward deployed with the U.S. 7th Fleet at Yokosuka, Japan. This move seems to have made the Chinese nervous. According to Reuters, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Geng Shuang said at a daily news briefing, "China always respects the freedom of navigation and overflight all littoral countries enjoy under international law," Geng added further. "But we are consistently opposed to relevant countries threatening and damaging the sovereignty and security of littoral countries under the flag of freedom of navigation and overflight." Chinese media, which is often seen as the mouthpiece of the government, reacted quickly. An opinion article in China's state-sanctioned Global Times declared that the deployment of the Vinson showed that the US wants to create provocations and drive a wedge between China and other countries party to the South China Sea. The US Carrier Strike Group arrives in the South China Sea amid growing expectations that the Trump administration will intensify US operations in the area. It is clear that China is perturbed by USS Carl Vinson.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting. Kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.